Welcome back. For fans, that is, of pro golf, there's an awful lot of competition around here for your hard-earned attention and dollars. In just under a month, of course, they'll play the U.S. Open at Congressional. And if you haven't gotten tickets already, better start checking second mortgage rates to afford them now. Let me suggest a much better deal. For a fraction of that open ticket cost, how about a field full of stars of tomorrow and the ability to get really close to the action? Well, you can do that at the University of Maryland Golf Club in a couple of weeks when the nationwide tour comes to town. For the Melwood Prince George's County Open, T.O. Soderman is the tourney's big boss and a good friend of Capital Golf Weekly, and he's taken some time out of his hectic schedule to bring us up to speed, and we do appreciate that.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for having me.
2 weeks out. We ready?
Feeling good. Yep. We're at some point I can obsess over it all I want, but I have to get I have to get out of the way because it's going to happen. So I'm about ready to get out of the way and let it all happen. All the hard work is done.
The golf course is in magnificent shape. It looks great. It received rave notices last year, its first year at the University of Maryland. So you've got an attraction there. You also have an attraction for getting year in and year out one of the really great fields in the nationwide tour event. And you were telling me about a stat earlier about 3 guys in last year's field.
3 guys that played in our tournament last year have already won on the PGA Tour this year. Jonathan Vegas, as everyone knows, Gary Woodland, and Brendan Steele. And they walked around our golf tournament last year and nobody knew who they were. But now they're PGA Tour champions and going on to very successful careers. And that's in addition to Tommy Gainey, that's won over $1.5 million so far on tour this year.
Not a bad thing for a guy who was best known for being on a Golf Channel anthology show sort of prior to that. Exactly. So you begin to get the idea here. Great venue, terrific cast of characters. The only thing missing now are the people to come out and see it. And a lot of us have been to golf tournaments in this area. I'm not sure any do a better job of handling the people who come out, the folks who part with their hard-earned money to watch the thing than you do at that thing. You've got some tremendous assets, including just across the street, a couple of places to put a lot of those cars for the people who come out.
We do. Our partnership with the University of Maryland has really turned out to be a great situation for both parties. I think we're just actually getting up to speed on understanding all the opportunities that we have to grow together.
Here we are, a couple of years into this thing now, and the tournament has been here for what, 4 years now?
This is our 5th year.
5th year, all right, so 4 years under the belt. And you've had a chance to sort of see this area in better economic times, not so good economic times. What do you think about this year? How is it going to be in terms of support and not just from the patrons but from the community at large? I
think we're growing each year. I think people that come to our golf tournament really get a sense of a really good value and a fun atmosphere to be around. I think they're a little surprised when they get there. They can get so close to the players and they can see golf really, really up close and personal without, you know, standing in a bunch of lines and 10 deep in lines.
And that is maybe the key point to make in all this. If you're lucky enough to have tickets to both of them, you are very lucky indeed. But what you will notice out at the University of Maryland versus what you'll see at Congressional is not 75 people standing in front of you to get to that gallery rope. You can get right there. You can watch these guys in action, and I think for we mere mortals, there's value in that. You can see how these guys, the thought process involved in hitting a shot, what they go through, all that kind of thing, and it is happening, you know, at arm's length almost.
It is, and as we talked about just a bit earlier, the talent level is exactly the same. I mean, it's week to week, it's putt to putt, it is just an opportunity on where they can play. These kids can play, and they do. So it's a very reasonable $10 ticket to get in, and it's a pretty good time. It's
flat out one of the bargains in the area, and you're also doing some good at the same time. We should mention that the partner here, Melwood, one of the best names in this area in terms of a nonprofit organization.
Yeah, our host charity Melwood does fantastic things in our community and has for about 46 years now. And they train and employ people with disabilities, which is, you know, it's God's work, really.
We're taking a look at some action from last year. If you want to see this year, where should people go to get those tickets?
PGA Tour at umd.com.
I'm not overselling it when I tell you this is one of the great sports deals in the Washington area. It really and truly is. It is something not to be missed, and it's going to be interesting to draw the comparisons between what happens over there at the University of Maryland and then a couple of weeks after that at Congressional.
Well, we'll probably have 14 or 15 guys that play in our tournament actually qualify and play in the Open. So
there you have it. Chance to go see great golf played in our area. Tio, maybe the best news out of all this, too, is after this week, all the rain will be out of the atmosphere, and you're not going to have to worry about it. You're going to have nothing but perfect late spring weather between the 6th and the 12th. Thanks again.
You promise?
As close as you can get in this business.
All right, good.
Thanks so much for that.